Finishing. Finishing is the name given to the section in which the final operations of the shoe are made. And why does the finishing exist? The finishing is made with the purpose of assuring the best treatment for the surface of a shoe, to improve the visual aspect of the product and to turn it more attractive either visually, either to the touch. If through the finishing the product gets more beautiful, attractive and with a softer touch, we will have the differential that makes the product sellable. There are several ways of finishing. The several types of finishing depend above all on the type of skins used, of the desired final aspect and of the configuration of the style. The same style will be able to inclusively have differentiated finishes, depending on the type of skin used, this way originating a variety of types of finishing. Types of finishing used in a shoe: waxy, oily, casein, polished, plastic coated. To each type of finishing a certain standard group of tasks is associated, some of which are common to several types of finish. The operations will be presented common to all types of finish and also the operations that differentiate them. The finish of the shoe can still begin with the shoe on a last, namely in the operation of glue cleaning and in the operation of burning the skins, in other words, in making nuances in the skin. The execution of some tasks on the last has as advantage a better firmness of the shoe and the obtaining of a better quality of finish in the final product. Operations common to the different types of finish: to put the sock and or insole half insole. This operation consists on the placement and or cementing of the finishing insole. For the placement of the insole or sock through the cementing, several processes are used, namely, to apply glue manually. With the brush, the glue is applied on the inner sole of the insole and or sock, followed by its placement inside the shoe. The glue can be given in the insole through the use of a cementing machine with spreading roller, through where the insole passes, which is positioned later inside the shoe. To paint tops. This operation is made when the inner side of the skin is visible and it doesn't possess the color of the flower of the skin, or then when the lining is visible in the top of the pieces, being necessary to dye the edges with the same color of the skin. To clean the shoe. In this phase we proceed to the verification and cleaning of the shoe, that it consists of removing the glue residues that one can find on the junction area of the sole to the upper and inside the upper. In the glue cleaning, several tools, equipments and products can be used. The type of cleaning to accomplish depends on the material type used in the execution of the product. To remove the glue of the assembly board, it can be used the glue cleaning machine. For the materials in which this process cannot be used, we use the eraser crepe, the wood spatula, the water sandpaper or the flannel cloth soaked in appropriate cleaning liquid. To burn tips. This operation intends to eliminate the small thread tips that sometimes are from the seam of the shoe and from the seams of the upper. For the execution of this operation it can be used a simple lighter, the beak of gas or the burner of tips through heat. After the execution of the operations described before, we move on to the finish. In this phase, a considerable diversity of products of shoe finish is used, that vary according with the surface and the desired effect, always having in consideration the initial finish of the skins. To apply mass. It consists of the application of a cream on the skin, which objective is to standard the color of the shoe and to uniformize the pore of the skin. There should always be used soft sponges in the application of the cream and always using circular movements to avoid risks caused by the continuous application. It is important to mention that for a better acting, it is advisable to distribute the cream evenly in the sponge, through a previous pressure of a sponge already with cream over a flat surface or a tile or glass. To brush the shoe. Brushes are very important in the finish because they have as function the polishing, the integrity, the shine and the removal of the excess of products of finish. It should be considered the type of shoe, the skin and the remaining operations, because for each purpose appropriate brushes exist, which vary accordingly in texture, width, diameter, abrasivity, amount of rings, absorption and hardness. The rotative machines with manual speed selector are the most appropriate, because they allow the control of the speed, which is very important for obtaining the best results. To paint. The use of air compressed pistols in spray painting stations is recommended for the application of bases of finish, applications of shines, oils, paints, for color correction and color intensifiers. The spray pistols have as advantage an application uniformity, should possess pressure control and to be always very clean. To pass the iron. This operation is executed sometimes to remove some wrinkles of the skin. Ironing models are used and or dryers of hot air to obtain smoothness and for the removal of wrinkles resulting of the production process or with origin in the properties of the leather, as for instance the thread of twitched flour. It is very important that the temperature of the ironing module is not excessive, because it can burn the leather or the thread of the stitching, as well as to originate the loss of the shine. The use of heat ironing modules is recommended with temperature control. To place stuffing. This operation is made in the end of the finish. It consists on the stuffing placement inside the shoe, for this to maintain its aspect and not to be deformed. Several stuffing types exist, namely card, wedding, etc. To place inside the box. This is the last operation to be executed in the process of finish. In this phase, the operator verifies the product quality, and if it doesn't detect any non-conformity, it proceeds to its packing.